Good evening all. Today we will start our fifth unit topic, which is very important for your external exam, called Flynn's classification. Okay, so Flynn's classification already I have given an introduction, but I want to repeat once again as this is 100% expected question for your exam. So in this Flynn's classification, before going for this Flynn's classification, you have to know about what is concurrency control, what is parallel execution. So for that, let me explain about. So before going for a Flynn's classification, actually, I want to explain about how concurrency parallelism will be achieved. Okay, I want to take an example so that you can understand clearly what I'm explaining. So in this, let us consider. I want to take a pencil so that it will be. So here, let us consider there is a professor. Okay, so let us consider there is a professor where professor. So here started again. Clear that? So here there is a professor. So in this, let us consider professor want to execute 6 subjects concurrently, 6 subject corrections concurrently. Whatever the names of those 6 subjects may be, let us consider for sake of understanding. A, B, C, D, E, F are the subject names. Okay. So inside that subject, let us consider there are some questions for correction. Okay. So what professor will do is try to understand carefully. If you can understand this remaining classifications, you can understand clearly. So here is a professor. So what is happening in this is professor want to implement a correction of 6 subjects in parallel concurrently. So what professor will do is concurrent execution can be achieved either in 2 ways. So first way I will explain, then we will go for the second way. First way, is it audible, ma? First, is it audible, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
okay. So here, the first step, concurrent execution parallelism for 6 subjects correction can be achieved in one of 2 ways. First way is giving to giving to teaching assistants. So giving to teaching assistants 2 subjects. Okay, means what? Let us consider we are dividing entire 6 subjects to teaching assistants. Let us consider there are 3 teaching assistants. I'm giving 2 2 2 like that. Okay, so this is a first approach. Okay, so what is happening? First teaching assistant will complete 2 subject corrections. Next will complete 2 corrections. Next will be completed 2 corrections, and totally corrections will be completed. This is your first approach. Second approach is what? So second approach is, let us consider second approach is, there are 6 subjects, right? So let us instead of taking this 6 subject, you try to go inside a subject. There are 10 questions to be corrected. So what professor will do is, inside that 6 inside that 6 in each subject, there will be some 10 questions for correction. So in this 10 questions, some questions will be fixed to some technical teaching assistants. Means what? Here first 5 must be corrected by teaching assistant 1. Next remaining 5 questions need to be correction must be done by teaching assistant 2. Okay, means what is happening here? Whereas in the first case, what is happening? Subjects will be allocated, and complete correction of those subjects must be handled by those teaching assistants. Whereas here we are not giving subjects, we are giving inside question numberings. For example, 2 comma 3, second question and third question of all the subjects must be done by you. Means we are giving a command in such a way that second question and third question of all the subjects, we are having totally 6 subjects, so second and third question from all the subjects need to be correction need to be done by you. A professor is giving an order. So what is happening here? So there are two ways. One way is giving two subjects to each and completing each correction in that. The second way is giving internally questions and completing all the in all the subjects, those questions need to be corrected by that teaching assistant. Okay, is it clear? So now first one, whatever that we discussed is based on data parallelism. Okay, first one what we discussed is dividing the subjects and entire correction must be done by 2 is data parallelism. Okay, coming to this is task parallelism, also called as instruction parallelism. Did you understood, ma, the example that I have taken? Hello?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, if I want to repeat, I will repeat, or else I will go for a explanation. See here, let me go for a see here. So when we divide data among processes that executes the same task is data parallelism. First one that I have explained, what is the first one? Giving 2 subjects to each assistants for correction. So whereas the second one is what, from all the subjects, first 2 questions need to be corrected by, it's your duty to complete those 2 questions from all the subjects is what different processes execute different tasks. Different processes will execute different tasks. It's called task parallelism. Okay, why I'm explaining, I will let you know. First try to understand the difference between a data parallelism and task parallelism. So here see here, Flynn's classification is a classification of computing system proposed by Michael Flynn. The basic idea of classification is that computer programs are composed of 2 streams. So parallelism, concurrency execution by Flynn's is achieved mainly focused on 2 streams. What are those 2 streams? Are data stream and instruction stream, also called as a task stream, that we discussed. Okay, just now we discussed, called a data stream and a task stream. Based on that, it is achieved. So this gives a possibility of 4 combinations depending on the streams being serial or parallel, single stream or multiple stream. Now see here, try to concentrate everyone. Now everyone knows about first unit, what we discussed about fetching an instruction, decoding an instruction, executing. Processor will do 3 tasks: fetching an instruction, fetching, what are those 3 processor will do? Fetching, yes ma, answer. Fetching,
Decode and execution.
yes, good. Fetching, decode and execution. So here try to understand. I will ask one more question within 2 minutes. So here instruction stream and data stream, as everyone just now I said why we are going concurrency control in instruction stream and data stream. So let us consider the direction, the flow of instruction is called, what is the flow? The flow of instructions from main memory to CPU is established. This flow of instruction is called instruction stream. As whenever instructions have to be executed, what processor will do? It will fetch an instructions from that memory. Okay, so it will fetch an instruction. The direction will be from main memory. Instruction will be stored. Definitely whatever the users provides the data, it will not directly go to processor for execution. It will be stored inside a main memory. So inside this main memory, whenever processor wants to execute, what processor will do? Will fetch an instruction from main memory. And after fetching an instruction, now I want, what are the parts of CPU internally? Internally, when it goes here, in which place it will be decoded? Fetched instruction. Huh? Answer. If anyone knows, can give an answer, ma. See here, ma. See here. I am explaining you the first unit once so that you can understand what is going on in Flynn's classification. So whenever processor wants to, yes, Okay, whenever processor wants to execute, definitely those instructions will be present inside a main memory. So whenever it is inside a main memory, definitely first what it will do, with the help of a bus, it goes to that particular address and it fetches that instruction. After fetching an instruction, just now one of your friends said, after fetching it will be decoded, and after decoding it will be executed, and the result will be stored back inside a memory. Okay, so fetching is, the instruction will be available in the main memory. Decoding is done in which decoding is done, we are completed third unit decoding, where we will decode the instructions. What, ma? Hello, just if anyone knows can give an information. See here, let me explain. This is your CPU. So initially in the first unit I said that CPU will be having what, three? What are those three? One is ALU, ALU,
Control unit.
ALU, got an answer, good. ALU. So again I have to take revision definitely. ALU, control unit. Next part which is left out is
Memory.
memory. Yes, memory only, but small size, which is registers. Okay, so one part is registers. Okay, so what is happening here? One side will be main memory here outside of this processor. So processor will be having ALU, control unit, and registers, and this side you will have a main memory. Okay, instructions, your program instructions will be storing here. One by one instructions will be fetched. After fetching, just now you said that it is decoding. Decoding is done in ALU or CU? CU, yes. We already completed our microprogrammed control unit also. Decoding will be done in CU. So whenever it fetches an instructions from main memory, it decodes in control unit. Okay, it will be decoding in this control unit. So after decoding, the decoded instruction will be given to ALU for what? What is the reason of after decoding, why there is a need of giving to ALU?
Execute.
For execute, yes. So after fetching an instruction, decoding will be done in control unit. After decoding, it will be given to ALU for execution. After execution, where it will be stored?
Memory again.
Yes, after execution it will be stored again in memory, or it will be displayed to output device. Okay, this is our discussion. We started in the first unit, but no one answering here, ma. Even in the chats also I'm not getting any messages. Okay, so now tell me here. See, main memory to fetch an instruction. So this is your instruction stream. From here it fetches the instruction. Inside it is not given briefly what is how many devices are present in this CU. Like CU will be there, ALU will be there, registers will be there. Simply it is written as CPU. So from main memory, instruction will be fetched and decoding will be done in CU, and after decoding that instruction will be passed for ALU for execution. After execution, again it will return back to main memory. Okay, now see here why instruction stream is written as a unidirectional and why main memory and CPU data stream is written as a bidirectional. Anyone can answer. Already this we discussed in first unit also. See here, ma. Once let us consider there is an instruction called A plus B. Okay, this, how can you know that inside an instruction it is A plus B? Once if you are fetching an instruction after decoding, see, you can able to will get A plus B. So once if it is getting A plus B, what it has to do, it has to send to ALU for execution. So in order to get ALU to execution, it has to get A data. For getting A data from processor, it will go to main memory. For getting the data, let us consider the data here is 5. Okay, now B data, let us consider it is 3. Okay, this all, the decoding part and getting the data, this is all done in the CPU. So once decoding is done, you will be getting what operation is already we studied. Instruction is of how many partitions? Instruction format, there will be a
3.
3. What are those 3?
Opcode, address,
Address
mode.
mode.
Yes. Opcode is for what operation it is performing, whether it is doing addition, subtraction, multiplication, and operands, and mode, whether it is direct mode or indirect mode, everything will be specified, right? So by seeing this, it will get what operation it has to perform, so correspondingly it will send to ALU. For that it has to get the data, so for that definitely, for getting the data, it will go to main memory. After going to main memory, with the help of again data bus, data will be collected. What data? A value as 5, B value as 3, and addition will be performed, and you will get what value? 8, and the result will be stored back inside a main memory. So that is the reason that data stream is bidirectional, and whereas instruction stream is unidirectional. Understood why it is bidirectional, why it is unidirectional?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Okay. So this is your instruction stream, where for getting the instruction, from the direction will be from main memory. Instructions, the entire program will be stored inside a main memory. For getting an instruction, it will be, with the help of this, it will be going. So after fetching an instruction will be, yes, for fetching an instruction, after fetching an instruction, CU will decode that. After decoding, for getting the data, processor will go for main memory for getting the data. After getting the data, it goes to ALU for execution. So it will be bidirectional. Until here it is clear. Till now I have not started Flint's classification. Before that, you have to know the what we studied previously in the previous units, then you can understand. Okay. So now let me go for Flint's classification. So here, 4 classifications defined by Flint's are based upon the number of concurrent instructions and data streams available in the architecture. Just now I said that instruction, why it is written in the parenthesis or control? Why? Because instructions upon fetching from main memory, it will be decoding in control unit. So that is the reason instructions, concurrent instruction execution will be done in control, and data streams available in the architecture. So here will be divided into 4. What are those 4? SI, SISD, MISD, SIMD, MIMD means single instruction, single data. Note down in your notes, ma. Single instruction, single data, multiple instruction, single data, single instruction, multiple data, multiple instruction, multiple data. Okay. Now, all the classifications that are classified by Flint's are not all parallel, ma. The first one is serial. So here, instructions are see here this point, instructions are decoded by the control unit, and then control unit sends the instruction to the processing unit for execution. So try to concentrate, now onwards, whenever if I am saying processing unit, you have to consider processing unit as what? CU or ALU?
ALU.
Yes, ALU. Why? Because instructions are decoded in the control unit, and the decoded instruction will be sent to processing unit for execution. So in the diagram, whatever that I am mentioning, it will be mentioned as PE. In some textbook, it will be mentioned directly as ALU also. So whatever it may be, if you write, the answer will be correct only. So see here, single instruction and single data stream. So in single instruction, single data stream, in this organization, sequential execution of instructions is performed by one CPU containing a single processing element, single process, that is ALU, under one control unit as shown in the figure. See here. So there is a main memory, there is a control unit, there is an ALU. First is what happens. Till now we discussed in the state general first unit how instructions will be fetched, decoded, and executed. The same fashion. So this is like a general piece is what we will use. This is the general one. Okay. So where instructions will be stored here, one by one instruction will be fetched, and one instruction will be decoded. After decoding that instruction will be given to ALU for execution, and the data will be stored back inside a memory. Okay, so it is not parallel, it is a serial, which is serial computers that process only one stream of instruction and one stream of data. Okay, single instruction and single data. So this type of computer organization is represented as this diagram. Okay, now coming for single instruction and multiple data. So see here, single instruction and multiple data. Try to understand. If I say instruction, try to consider it as instruction will be decoding in control unit. So if it is mentioned as single instruction, you have to keep it in your mind while drawing the diagrams. Don't try to by heart that. By saying the single instruction, you will have definitely a single control unit. You will be having a single control unit. So you will be having a single control unit, and what is this? Concurrent execution. So P is ALUs. So single instruction will be there. Multiple, what is this? Multiple data. So what is happening? Let me explain with an example so that you can understand. See here, ma, let us take an instruction. Let us take in a single, first let me explain single instruction and single data with an example. Let us consider the instruction. Let us consider processor is given one address. Process CU is decoding. So let us consider the instruction. The instruction that it is taking is A plus B. Just now I have taken this instruction, A plus B. Okay, this you will not get directly. For initially what happens, it will go to the address for getting that instruction, for fetching that instruction. First unit you have to know, ma. So after fetching an instruction, let us consider, I will explain, I will repeat once again so that you can understand clearly. Let us consider initially in the program counter. Remember program counter, anyone? What is program counter?
Stores the address of the next instruction.
Yes, a program counter which stores the address of next instruction. So initially inside a program counter you will have some let us consider there is an address in the program counter called 200. What it will do, let us consider the previous instruction completed. This instruction will be stored in the current register, and this will be passed. So it will go for fetching that. Currently let us consider 200 instruction address processor wants to execute. So what processor will do, it will give fetch command. Okay, so after going for a fetch, it goes to that instruction, whatever in that address 200 address, whatever it is there, that will be taken and will be going to control unit. Okay, so fetching is nothing but processor will give an address. With the help of an address bus, it reaches to that address, and in that address whatever the instruction is available, that instruction will reach to, with the help of again bus, it goes to control unit. After going to a control unit, what it will be doing here, it will do decoding will be done in a control unit. After decoding, now let us consider after decoding, it is the instruction found is A plus B. So what it has to do, this is instruction, it has to pass for execution to ALU. Okay, after that, so for getting the data, what A value is, what B value is, again it will communicate with the main memory. So let us consider if it goes to main memory, it is getting A value as 5, B value as 5. It will go again with the help of a system bus, it goes here, and here it will calculate addition. Why? Because here operator is plus. After that it stores back the result. Okay, so at a time we are executing only a single instruction. So that is the reason single instruction, single data. Okay, this is a common one. Where we'll go for the second one. So whereas in the second one, so this is what single instruction, multiple data. So instruction will be single but multiple datas. Okay, so single instruction, multiple data means instruction why is CU is not given multiple times, why EU is given multiple times replicated. Why? Because the classification here is single instruction, multiple data. So single instruction, you try to see my mouse positions so that you can understand clearly. If having any doubts, you can ask me so that I will repeat once again. Okay, so why? Because it is 100% question for your external, you try to understand. So single instruction, multiple data. So single instruction means definitely instruction will be executed in the control unit. As it is single, here also control unit will be single. Now multiple data. So multiple data means for getting the data, definitely ALU will not be provided. Definitely multiple data means memory. So that is the reason this entire memory module, main memory is divided into modules like memory module 1, memory module 2, memory module n, based on how many AL processing elements are present here. Okay, so IS indicates here is instruction stream. Okay, so here single instruction, so as it is having a single instruction, so it is equal to 1. As multiple data, so it is greater than 1. So data is greater than 1. So see here, so let us consider the same example, previous example. What example I have considered? C equals to A plus B. Let us consider. Okay, so let us consider A plus B. A plus B. Okay, so same in the previously as a single instruction, single data. Finished, time up. Okay, so A plus B. Previously as a instruction fetch A plus B, here also we are fetching the same A plus B, and that same A plus B, it is dividing to multiple processing elements. Here also you will have A plus B, and in the middle also how many processing elements are there. For all those processing elements, you will have a same instruction. You will have a same instruction. You will have a same instruction A plus B. Okay, but the data will be different. A plus B, but the data will be different. Here processing element 1 will be collecting the data, will be taking the data from mm1, mm2, mmn. Can you this scenario is an example for an arrays. Okay, so what let us consider here A of I. Okay, so the data will be starting from 0. Let us consider this, I am giving as a 0th data element. Next is 1, next is 2. So it will maximum cases the single instruction multiple data is, it will be in arrays, and it will be used in vector processings, and it will be used in GPUs. Is it clear? So I will take one more example. I know that, so I will repeat, I will take with one more example so that it will be clear for you. So till now, here, if you give a condition, previously if you give a condition C equals to A plus B, it is taking more time. We are having only left out 10 minutes. So if you are giving C equals to A plus B, and if you are giving that in a condition, the values will be data values will be different. One time if you are giving data as 1, next time you will be giving data as 2. Like in that data, one element, whatever the data is there, the data will be given here. Okay, so different data. Instruction is same, but you are giving for this data. Let us consider the instruction is A plus B, A plus B, A plus B, but the data here it is taking from main memory as 5 plus 6. Here it is taking as 2 plus 4. Here it is taking as 1 plus 1. So single instruction is same, but we are having a data, different data. So see here, one more example I will consider. Here instruction is same, so this is the same instruction. It is the same instruction, but data is different. So same instruction and data is different. So here also same, the control single instruction means control unit will be single, but here you will have different data you are giving. Okay, here also see, instruction is same, means for sake of understanding, don't consider as instruction. Let us consider I have written one program. Okay, consider this is one entire program. Okay, for this entire program I want to give some data sets. Okay, so same program I'm giving one data set, and for the same program I'm giving another data. For the same program I'm giving another data. Okay, so I will show you the examples of this. Each instruction is executed on different set of data by different processors. That is, multiple processing units of same type process on multiple data streams. Okay, this is for array processing machines and GPUs, and sometimes vector processors can also be done as part of this group. Okay, so single instruction multiple data means single program you will be working, but giving us a different data sets. So see here, let me go for see here, let me go for a multiple instructions and single data. So here multiple instructions, a single data, each processor executes different sequence of instructions. Okay, so you will have a multiple instructions, you will have a multiple instructions, but the data provided is same. Okay, but try to understand, my each processor executes a different sequence of instructions, so multiple processing unit operates on a single data. In practice, this kind of organization has never been used. So here this is see. Oh yes, ma, yes. After completing my explanation, I will share you the PPTs. Let me complete. The time duration is less. Okay. So multiple instruction, single data. So in a multiple instruction, single data, instructions will be different. So one time will multiple instructions will be there. But for all the different instructions, the data is same. So the multiple instruction single data, actually it is not that much used, ma, but this is only used where for fault tolerance. For example, real time computers need to be where several processes executes the same data. So let us consider an example. If you want to produce a redundant data, let us consider there is redundant data. In order to identify a fault, what happens, ma, you for every for multiple instructions you are maintaining a same copy, a same data, you are getting a single data for those all different datas. If after once, if you want to check for the same data for different instructions, you are providing the same data, final result you will have some value, let us consider 9999 like that. So in some place, if you will get the data final result as 9999 after execution, let us consider. So if in any place, if there is any modification, you can able to identify that there is a fault. Okay, so for that case you will use this. Actually, it will be rarely used for identifying where there is a fault. So in this kind of an classification will be used. See here, multiple instruction, just now I said that if there is a multiple instructions, what happens, control units will be multiple. So multiple instructions and single data. Okay, so that is the reason here if it is mentioned as single data, memory modules will not be given, only single main memory will be here. So here multiple instructions, single data. So multiple instructions means cu will be there, cu will be there, so multiple, based on how many are there, those many control units will be present. So instruction 1, instruction 2, instruction n. So the instructions will be different instruction, but the data provided will be same. So from main memory, data will be see here, ma, for data will be taken, and this on the same data all the instructions will be working, and finally the final data will be stored. So this is multiple instructions, single data. Now coming to the main, which is very important, is multiple instruction, multiple data. So in a multiple instruction, multiple data, what you will have, you will have multiple instructions and multiple data. So multiple instructions means, definitely in order to execute those multiple instructions, you have to know, you have to have a multiple control units for decoding, and multiple data means you have to get a multiple modules. So here what is happening, instruction stream you will be greater than 1, and data stream it will be greater than 1. Okay, so what is happening here, ma? All processors, different processors will work in different tasks, different multiple tasks. So here let us consider from main memory module 1, the cu is Yes, ma. Regarding assignment, we will discuss later. Just let me complete this session so that from tomorrow we will go for a revision. Okay. So regarding assignment, I will discuss after this end of the session. Again, I will connect everyone so that I will discuss discuss about assignment. Okay, so multiple instruction, multiple data, this type of computer so what is happening here, you will have a multiple instructions and you will have a multiple data, different see here, multiple instruction, multiple data stream computers in this category are known as multiprocessors, where a number of processors simultaneously execute, autonomous processors simultaneously execute different instructions on different data. This okay, now I will explain from starting once I will revise once so that you can understand clearly. I don't want whatever it is there in the slide, I don't want to read. So we will take a brief about what we have discussed till now. So main Flins started on based on two main concepts called instruction stream and data stream. So instruction stream is what, data stream is what, in which direction instruction stream is unidirectional and data stream is bidirectional. Okay, next, how many categories, how many classifications can be done in Flynn's classification? I want an answer. How many?
4,
What are those four?
4.
SIMD, MIST, MIMD.
SIMD, MIMD.
MIMD.
What is professional? What is this PE?